All right, YouTube, it's me, David Harry, your favorite YouTuber and vlogger. Right, what I'm going to do in this video is dive straight into it, and this is something that I think is a really good idea, and that is why DJI should reduce the price of the Action 4. And just before I get into this, I'm actually going to be testing a number of positions in different videos to do with the microphones and stuff. So this is the 7B without anything on it. I'm just trying to get as close as I can, slightly off axis so I don't pop it, so I don't need any kind of filtering, just to get an idea of what the EQ and natural tonality is like without any filtering. I'll be doing this across a number of videos, just testing things as I do my vlogging stuff. Anyways, getting into this then. So what I'm saying here is that DJI should reduce the price of the Action 4 either right now or on the day of announcement for the Hero 12. And this would be fantastic news, not just for DJI users, but also GoPro users. So what I'm going to do now is just explain the mechanics I think DJI could do. And then what I'll do is then start explaining why they should do it. And like I say, this will be great news for everybody except for GoPro. So basically what DJI could do is immediately on their own website just come up with a new pricing structure, and I think that pricing structure should be $50 less than whatever it is in America at the moment. So North America, $50 off, and then the equivalent to that globally. So everywhere basically gets a price reduction on the Action 4. Now, I also think that what they should do is go to anybody who has got stock of the Action 4 and give them retrogradable or retroactive discounts on the stock that they've already got, and then from here on in they just reduce obviously the selling price into the stockists and stuff as well to reflect those discounts. Okay, I think that they could do that. They might have to take a bit of a hit initially because of all the present stock that's out there, but they could easily catch up on that, because I truly believe that DJI could absolutely murder GoPro on this one. Okay, so that's the mechanics of what I think they should do. So essentially a $50 discount, and then do this to time in with the Hero 12 either just before it or on the day of announcement. Now, why should they do this? And this is what I think is the best bit, because this ends up being great for DJI users and GoPro users. The basic reason why I'm saying they should do this is because it is going to be, without a shadow of a doubt, the worst kind of release and update for the Hero action camera range with the 12. As we already know, it's effectively only got two differences within the stabilization and the battery compared to an 11. And effectively, I think that this is basically a Hero 11 with just a software update, which we will never see on a Hero 11, because all the software updates are going to be restricted now for Hero 11, so that they don't encroach upon anything that the 12 could do. I'll do a video about that at some point. Anyway, now that we know how bad this update is going to be for the Hero 12, and we already know what the Hero 11 looks like, and on YouTube there is tons and tons of videos about the differences between an Action 4 and a Hero 11, I would say, unless GoPro do something like a different kind of color profile specifically on the Hero 12, the picture is going to look identical to what it does on the 11. The only way that the 12 can look different than the 11 as far as the picture quality is concerned would be if GoPro deliberately tweaked one of the picture profiles or something, because they are effectively the exact same camera as far as hardware, sensor and lens is concerned. So it obviously follows that they should look exactly the same. Now, given that, and given that we now have seen a ton of differences between the Action 4 and the Hero 11, we know that the Action 4 and the Hero 12 differences are going to be the same as what they are for the Action 4 and Hero 11. So what I'm saying here is, I personally favour GoPros over DJI Action cameras, okay? And that's just down to maybe one main personal preference, to be honest, and that's field of view. I think the linear field of view on the GoPros is slightly better than what you get out of DJI Action cameras. I think the likes of all your Actions by DJI, they just kind of warp the ends a bit too much for my liking, but that's personal preference. But outside of that, I've got to say, and I think loads of other people have woken up to this one, the Action 4 is kind of it's basically got a lot more advantages than the current Hero, which is the 11. So obviously it'll have the same advantages over the 12. as far as I'm concerned, it is better for low light. It obviously is. I've seen tests to do with that, and that is one of the functions and features that DJI leaned into. Now, I'm not saying it like in any way that the Action 4 is a low light beast. It absolutely is not, but it is better than any of the Heroes. Now, on top of that, it's also got other functionality, and I think the picture tonal quality is probably better as well. I think it handles highlights better, also shadows. So basically, what people would generally term as the dynamic range. I think that the Action 4 handles that better than the Hero 11, and consequently, it's going to be better than the Hero 12 as well. So what I'm saying is here is that we already know how good the Action 4 is, okay? Lock stock, it's just a much better camera on balance. Actually, one caveat to that, I'm talking from the perspective of a vlogger, so Chris Tomo doesn't get on me case and remind me that not everybody just does pure vlogging. For action stuff like what Chris Tomo does, maybe the GoPro still have that edge and stuff due to what they can do with, like, you know, horizon locking and things and whatever it is that you use a GoPro for action. So like I said, the caveat for me is I'm looking at it as far as vlogging and like day-to-day filming and stuff like that. Anyway, so as far as I'm concerned, the Action 4 on balance wins outright over the GoPro, and it also wins on price as well. So if DJI applied a discount, which is the equivalent of $50, I think what would happen is loads of people would not buy the GoPro, and in fact a lot of people might ditch GoPros and go to the DJI Action 4 as well. So what I think could happen here is that DJI could absolutely ruin the release of the Hero 12 and give GoPro the spanking that they need and the lesson that they need to learn about how to treat their valued customers, because they don't. Now, if they did this, if DJI managed to do this and ruin the party, here's why this would be great. Obviously, the plus points there for DJI users are obvious, but here's where the plus point comes for us Hero users. If DJI were to truly give GoPro a good lesson here, and like the only way GoPro are going to learn a lesson is to by losing a lot of money, and that's not just because like their CEO goes and spends all their money on stupid crap for himself, but what I'm saying is here, if GoPro were to lose a lot of money or lose a lot of sales or a lot of potential sales for the Hero 12 because of the lackluster upgrade and DJI spanked them for it, what's going to happen then is moving forward, GoPro should never be so lackluster ever again and treat us, the end users, with the contempt that they have done and the total disrespect that they have done. So hopefully, if this did happen, then by the time we get to whatever the Hero 13 or whatever the next GoPro is going to be after the 12, by the time we get there, hopefully GoPro would have learnt a massive lesson and actually give us an amazing camera, something that we could nail our colours to our masts with and stuff like that. Anywho, I think that does about do it for this video, and I think I did really well with not swearing, or did I? I don't even think I said shit or piss, although I have done now. Anyway, I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.